Welcome everyone, and today Cold Waters is returning to the channel. It's been a long time. This is a great game. This offers a wide range of submarine warfare styles. I'm going to play on realistic difficulty. You can play this even on the hardest difficulty. You can probably play it a little cavalier, a little arcadey. But this game does offer the possibility to play it very hardcore. Now, you're not going to be as hardcore as Dangerous Waters or even like a Silent Hunter 3, I think is a little bit more, this is a little bit less, realistic or hardcore sim, but very satisfying. And because the Sea Power, the game is coming out soon, we see it by Triassic Games, published by Microprose. Sea Power is out there. In fact, you can, if you want to look at some great content on it, just go over to Wolfpack 345. I'd like to think the Wolfpack considers me a friend of his. And while I consider him a big disappointment, his YouTube channel and his videos on Sea Power have been fantastic. So, that said, let's jump into the game here because I got to scratch my Sea Power itch the best way I know how, which is by playing Cold Waters, until I too can get access to that game. South China Sea, I just thought about it, and for me, it's really hard not to pick up the Seawolf. It's just such a great submarine. We have here the Flight 3s, the Flight 2s, the original Los Angeles class. You can even play as a Sturgeon. A Sturgeon, is this the one that was used for the special ops, like the cable tapping and all that? And by Sakhalin and all? Okay, I don't remember, but there was one that got... Was it the Narwhal? Maybe it was the Narwhal. Yeah, I think I'm confusing it. Okay, I'm not sure. I can't remember any of the names, but I know one of them was special fitted with a dome for SEAL operations maybe, and then another one was modified for cable tapping. Somewhere around here, maybe I have a note on what book I read that was really good on submarine stuff. Anyway, we'll play as the Seawolf, as the USS Seawolf, and we'll be going to war with China. Which, interesting to think that I haven't played this for 4 years, and in that time span, the geopolitical landscape has changed quite a bit. Anyway, Straits of Crisis. I won't read through these, but this game does a pretty good job of having a somewhat believable narrative for how war might have started. I think that if they were around today, if designers were making this game today, they would have a slightly different narrative, because honestly, I think that just the stuff going on between the Philippines with the Chinese Coast Guard ships ramming them and all that, and the whole battle over what internationally has already been universally recognized as Philippines territory, and China is still claiming it as their own. That's the perfect situation. Knock on wood, God forbid it actually happens, but that seems like the most likely way that a war would start between China and the United States. And it probably wouldn't be a full-on war. That would be more of a proxy war. Anyway, so I didn't read my orders. Let me review that. Satellite photos show that an enemy battle group with cruise missiles is going from Ningbo, and they are... Oh, good. We just have to sink that. Okay, thank God. Because there's a couple missions in this game that I'm not super excited about. Naval SEAL insertion. That one's okay to me, because it's more about stealth. Because you usually don't have that many torpedoes and all that, so it's kind of cool. Makes it more of a stealth game, especially for somebody like me who plays a little bit more like a cowboy. And T-LAM launches. I hate those. Hate those with a passion. Now that said, I don't really like our loadout a whole ton. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to intentionally drop the T-LAMs down by just 2. So we don't have enough for a T-LAM mission, which means if we get a T-LAM mission, the first thing that they're going to have to do is ask us to go back to Guam to rearm, which is great. And I actually want to use that to pick up 2 more Mosses. I think Mosses are amazing, and I want them all the time to have just a ton of them. I don't really even want that many harpoons, but let me just get rid of 2, maybe just... I don't want to spend too much time in port, so I'll just get rid of 1 for now, and we'll add 1 more. And we'll just call that good enough. So, there we go. Cast off anchors away. Let me just quickly review where we're going again. They are just going to be in the East China Sea. Okay. Well, that's going to be interesting. Hopefully it's not going to be in the shallow part, but it could be. We're looking for a surface group of some kind. I was going to say surface action group, but I guess this isn't World War II anymore. Probably not really called that. So we'll just camp right here in the deeper waters, waiting for them. I have to say, I don't... Oh, that's got to be them. Okay, well, we're going to engage this at flank speed. Let's at least switch this up a little bit. Put 2 Mosses in. In fact, let me do it this way. I kind of like having them so they're more easily accessible. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you do, by hitting F, rotate that way. So if you need to get to a Moss real quickly, and we might, especially since we'll be going up against the submarine first. But let's go ahead and do this. I mean, it doesn't hurt for us to engage any contacts. Unfortunately, we'll be going 10 knots when we start, so we'll be a little bit loud. Wish that that wasn't the case, but otherwise we'll be very quickly here going to...
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
There it is. Ultra quiet. Conditions. It's very,
sonar, new contact
very
bearing,
quiet.
0, 3, 2, designated Sierra 2.
So we'll have our towed array out
2, 5,
quickly.
4, helm I.
I'm going to go down to 4.
Make turns 4, 4.
Let's start
knots,
identifying these
maneuvering
guys. Look how quiet it is. My goodness, this looks like a merchant. I had to guess. Oh.
sonar. Maneuvering, making turns 4,
Huh.
4 knots.
Is that correct? Seems interesting. Let's also go down in depth. It's our current depth, 150. Let's go down to 500.
Depth 500.
Under the keel, yeah, infinite under the keel. Okay. Okay, what do we got here? That's a merchant ship. Okay, so they're a little bit closer together. But you can see why I was...
Is classified
My brain was still thinking, oh, there's 2 out there. Now, this one's not quite right.
helm, steady course.
I don't think we got it quite right. But boy, is it clear. No. No. Well, shucks, it doesn't look like it's lined up. But there's no other options. Or your ding dong is there. Okay, good, we got it. We knew, but it's good that we got it all figured out. Okay, so this is probably our submarine. Although the track is too clear for a submarine. Well, take it back. Not too clear, I guess. We're gonna have good. Since we're moving perpendicular to her, that's gonna be a good way for us to quickly isolate. Oh, so our own ship, 6 strength, SNS comparison. So if they were to go active right now, they would get us, but in passives they are not able to, and we are very able to detect them, both from our passive and from our towed. The Seawolf passive array is impressive, nothing short of impressive.
Come right to 3, 0,
so probably what we'll want to do,
LI.
because launch transients will be easily heard. I still may do it and launch it this way. I wonder if they'll still hear it. They probably will. The alternative is we'd have to get in her blind spot, but if she really is that far away, that won't be easy.
Come left to 2, 7.
Now again,
LI.
so you can see it's at -16 right now. Let's see what happens if I go up to 5.
Make turns 4.
Does it make a big
4
difference?
Knots. Maneuvering I.
Mm-hmm. 2 dBs, which is something, but yeah, that's not a big deal. I think we're still okay. I think we're gonna launch early though. Let's also
Maneuvering.
see how far away.
4 knots.
You can't be that far away. Normally they're closer. We know that she's this direction. We don't have any idea actually where she is. And there's no layer or anything, but so what am I talking about? Of course she's gonna hear the launch. I still think we do it. I think we launch and we dogleg in. And honestly, we have enough distance that we can easily... Yeah, she's at the surface too.
Helm, steady course.
we have enough distance between us that and enough depth that we can just go over or under her torpedoes. So let's do this. Let's drop. Let's raise up to 350 so that they launch torpedoes at that depth, and then we'll just drop to like 1,200 feet as soon as she launches. Okay. Well, without further ado, let's get this thing started.
Shoot 2-1.
Con sonar, launch transient from Sierra 1.
No need to take any time at all. Might as well just cut this wire immediately. And we'll go ahead and focus on our ship. Start heading down.
Passing 400 feet.
I'll just take control of this thing manually, so you can see on the right, as soon as it activates. Alright, now I'm going to raise it up. Just put her right on target with her.
Passing 500 feet.
And now let's... Is this going to be... It's going to be snaking, I assume. But we are... Yeah, diving.
Passing 600
Diving
feet.
quickly. Let's go ahead and make 7 knots. I will secure from ultra quiet.
Turns for 6 knots. Maneuvering eye.
Alright. We lost the
Passing
wire,
700 feet.
but I'm not worried about that.
Passing 800 feet.
Con sonar, Sierra 1 is cavitating.
Well, that's going to mean that we can do whatever we want.
Con maneuvering, making turns for 6 knots.
Passing 900 feet.
Yeah, I would be worried if I were her too. So I believe her torpedo is going to sail way over us. But, just to be safe, I'll drop us below 1,000. And we're moving pretty quietly still.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 0,
Yeah.
2, 4.
Undetectable. Well, of course undetectable. Now we're probably in her baffles, yeah. And our torpedo is navigating around the noisemaker. That doesn't look quite right?
Passing 1,000 feet.
Something about that doesn't look quite right. Okay. And let's actually make our heading
Come
towards
right
the Han
to
as well.
3, 5,
We could make up
9,
ground if we wanted, but
high.
I think we'll just leave it where it is.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing
That's a
0,
noisemaker.
2, 6.
And a knuckle. So good thing we were closer than I expected, just because that means our torpedo has more fuel before it runs out. So we can navigate around all these things. Do we have perfect vision on the Han? I guess not. She must be at the surface, because that's where our torpedo is. Yeah, she's very close to it. Surprised that we don't have better vision on it.
Come right to 0.
Got him.
Make turns for 4 knots. Maneuvering
Yeah,
eye.
there goes another... Well, not another. There goes a Han. Our first
Con
Our first
maneuvering,
victory.
Making turns for 4 knots.
So the exciting thing now will be make sure we don't get hit by a torpedo ourselves. But I'm pretty sure we are in the clear. So that thing is way overhead. So we'll just hit F9, speed time compress away. Yeah, it actually didn't go active until now, and it should just be zigzagging. We're already out of the way. Okay, well, I don't want to be too cavalier about this, although that is typical of me.
Depth 7.
Just make our depth 800 feet come up a little bit, and once this torpedo passes, we will exit this first mission. Leave combat. Good. So let's get back to the task at hand. Let me EXO report. Let's replace that with a torpedo. Alright, I think this is the one we want. A little bit in the shallow area, but moderate surface duct. Alright, man bow stations. Hopefully it's not too shallow.
On sonar, new contact bearing 30.
Rig shift for ultra quiet.
Make turns for 4 knots. Maneuvering eye.
Oh god, we can't go that deep. Can't go deep at all.
Make depth 350 feet. Dive by.
Come right to 175. Helm eye.
Con sonar, new contact bearing 340. Designated Sierra 4.
This looks like our trawler friend again.
Con sonar, lost contact. Sierra 2. Last bearing 326. Contact faded.
That might be a trawler. That might actually be the other one.
Con sonar, lost contact. Sierra.
Oh,
3,
our towed
last
array
bearing,
must be.
316.
Yeah, we gotta stay high enough for our
Contact
towed array.
Depth 200
I forget how much distance you
feet.
need,
Dive by.
but you need it maybe at 150 feet. So we're gonna head towards deeper water. But in the meantime, oh my gosh, who's this close? Oh, is it okay? That trawler is. And our other sensors are pretty good, but we also are gonna lose these guys into our baffles because we definitely want to turn towards the not so shallow water.
Come right to 108. Helm
And we only
eye.
have S1 right now. Now, another thing I could do is actually raise. I could almost surface. I could climb up to, I don't know, about 50 feet and use my ESM mast to get some detections.
Con sonar, regained contact on. Sierra
Look at that.
2. Bearing
We just need our towed
324.
array. Towed array is doing all the work.
Con sonar, regained contact on. Sierra 3. Bearing.
Con, dive at 200
This looks dead
feet.
on this
Dive
time.
by.
Con sonar, regained contact on. Sierra 4. Bearing 338.
This one's very murky.
Con sonar, new contact bearing 314. Designated Sierra 5.
Con helm. Steady course.
There we go.
Con sonar, Sierra 4 is classified as escort.
What I'm seeing here is honestly that we may want to. How close is this trawler? 5,000 yards away. Jeez, they're close. What I'm seeing here is that we may actually want to do some missile launches. I may need to load some missiles. I don't know how close these guys are. We'll get a better beat on them as this. We just need to wait basically for the profile to get better. But if they're not that far away, maybe. Yeah, see, that also looks like.
Con sonar, Sierra 5 is classified as escort.
This can't be right. It can't be right. Can it? And can that? Oh, that's an island. I was like, well, that's super deep water. Nope, it's green. This is the nature of a submarine, though. Just gonna patiently identify our targets, and then we'll figure out the best way to engage. Okay, well, there's not much to update about other than the fact that I know what my plan is going to be here. I see a bunch of these Huang Fangs, and yeah, we have completely positively identified them as that. Those guys
Con helm. Steady course.
commanding their vessel. But they don't have anything that can threaten a submarine unless we decide to surface, which would be a pretty foolish decision. The only one we're really worried about is the Jonggu, which I would suspect at least, is just behind them. And I have
Left 209.
as you'll probably notice,
7. Helm eye.
loaded 2 harpoons with pop-up enabled, and I'm planning to launch them and just hope that we get this Jonggu on the first go with both of them. If the Jonggu's down, there's nothing that can threaten us. Jonggu can definitely threaten us in the short amount of time it takes for this harpoons to get there. And that may even be what happens. It just depends on how mission ready they are. Hopefully they are not all that mission ready. But I'm trying to get a bit of an angle. I want to move towards the shallow. Towards the depth. As much as possible. But at the same time, I also want to make sure that we're getting a nice cross-section of the Jonggu so we know how far away she is. Anyways, those are my current concerns. This guy has just come to a stop. Wish we had some way of dealing with them, like, mount and, surface and use our own deck guns or something. But they probably are not even worth a harpoon. They also have anti-missile guns. So our best bet is probably not to fire at them, since they're not worth a whole lot to begin with, and
Con, helm, steady course.
And they certainly have the possibility of defeating our missiles anyway. There we go. Finally got her. And because she's not in a line with anyone else, yeah, we're completely okay now. So good. This is perfect. The moment is nearly upon us, but it's not quite upon us yet. I'm going to narrow this so that we don't accidentally hit somebody else. We know exactly where we want to go. Am I ready to go? Why not?
Shoot 2-3. Aye, sir. Shoot 2-7. Aye, sir.
Come right to 2-1. Make turns for 10 knots. Maneuvering aye. Con, maneuvering. Making turns for 10 knots.
Con, sonar lost contact. Sierra 3, last bearing 289. Contact faded.
Pretty sure that she's putting up something.
Sonar regained contact on.
Come right to 203. Helm aye.
Where's the pop-up? Where's the pop-up? I feel like they should have gotten there by now. But all the time it takes them to travel there means more time I can travel. So that's the depth side.
Con, helm, steady course.
Con, sonar.
There she is.
Make turns for 15 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Be the first for
Con,
the second.
maneuvering. Making turns for 15.
There's the pop-up. And
Con, sonar lost contact.
got him.
Dive at 350 feet. Dive on.
Okay, the only question is whether we are being counter-launched upon. So far the answer is no. Great. If that's the case, then we can slow our roll. Won't do so yet. But yeah, this is obviously it's not our target. This is not the one we wanted. These aren't the droids we're looking for. But, maybe somewhere else. Hopefully soon we'll find them.
Come left to 177.
Any aircraft here? I didn't even check. That guy's having a hard time. Yeah, no aircraft in the area. Okay, good. So let's just leave this combat. Escaped all those. We don't care about them, though. Scourge, here you lost this opportunity against such a high priority target. What? You wanted me to kill those Huang Fens? I'm an idiot. I should have read the report a little closer. They actually did want me to waste a harpoon on those. I guess it would have been worth it. Well, just get me back into battle. Convoy Calamity, a Chinese strike group operating unopposed in the East China Sea, have sunk an undisclosed number of merchant vessels and escorting warships. Well, they weren't sinking any merchants that I saw. NATO spokesmen admit this strike group poses a major threat to all shipping in the region and that prior efforts to intercept it have failed. That's not exactly true. Just maybe a captain who could use a slight reminder that YouTube can wait 30 seconds to read the damn report carefully, Tortuga. But that's okay. We'll get the next one. Reports indicate that the continuous supply of materials into the region is paramount to the war effort. The loss of materials and ships seriously undermines the U.S.'s ability to maintain combat operations. Alright, give me the next one. We'll get it. We'll get this one done. Intelligence has discerned a pattern to movements of enemy at sea, replenishment tankers, and tenders. Oh, good. I like this. Small enemy force, including 1 or 2 of the ships, is expected to sail from Cameron momentarily for a rendezvous somewhere in the Yellow Sea. Ugh. Okay. You are ordered to find and sink this group. Ugh. You may also get a chance at the enemy warships this group is intended to support, but tenders and takers are the mission target. Okay. So they're sailing from Cameron, and they're going to the Yellow Sea. Let's maybe do it this way. Have 2 harpoons ready to go. And I will have the mosses separated. We'll have 4 torpedoes ready to go as well. I think that looks good. Continue on course. Okay. So they're leaving from Cameron. And they're going to the Yellow Sea. Let's try to intercept them in this area. Because that would be a lot preferable to intercepting them in deep and shallow water. Oh my god. Got something. We're going 20 knots. That's a bit fast, but our depth is supposedly 600 feet. Is this shallow or deep or where? I don't know where we are, but hopefully this is not shallow water because we'll be cavitating.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
It is actually not. Fantastic. Very, very, very good. I'm totally on board with this. So they technically caught us. But
sonar new contact bearing.
fine with it.
2, 3.
Come right to 3, 1, 5. Helm aye.
Con sonar new contact.
Make depth 400 feet. Dive high.
Let's get this all going quickly.
Con
83,
sonar new
weak
contact
duct.
bearing 1, 1, 4. Designated Sierra.
It's
4.
weak, but we could still use it. Maybe we'll sit right above it,
Con
or
sonar
right
new
below it.
contact bearing.
Make depth 350 feet.
Alright,
Dive high.
let's start getting our signatures identified.
Con sonar new contact bearing 2, 4, 9. Designated Sierra 6.
Okay, there's a merchant.
Con sonar Sierra 4 is classified as merchant.
Not quite.
Con sonar
Okay.
Sierra 5 is classified
Getting all the
as
merchants out of the way
merchant.
first, I guess. Sure, why not?
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 5. Last bearing 3, 1, 8. Contact faded.
What? This is it? This
Con
is already the
sonar
replenishment
Sierra
group?
6 is classified as merchant.
Holy cow. Oh, this guy's very loud and close, I guess.
Con, helm, steady course.
And probably not friendly. Freaking Luda 3? No, it's a Luda, thank
Con
God. But I mean,
sonar
that's still
Sierra
awful.
2 is classified as
Let's narrow our
Right
profile
to
for the Luda.
0, 3, 8. Helm aye.
And let's figure out what his companion is, who's also pinging us. There we go, Jingwei.
Con sonar.
Well, those are our
Sierra
2 torpedoes,
3
I guarantee it.
is classified as escort.
Absolutely guarantee
Con
those are the 2
sonar
things we're
regained
going to do.
Contact on
We
Sierra 5 bearing.
Don't know what
3,
you are, but we know
1,
you are very,
9.
very close. Oh my gosh.
Con sonar Sierra 1 is classified as
Thank you
merchant.
for classifying that for me. Okay, fine. Let's get to the Luda. And
Con, dive at 350
since we aren't
feet.
facing
Dive
any
high.
other submersible threats, I guess they won't mind. They won't hear. Hopefully, we're right. Should be perfectly right below the layer. And we'll do some launching here, some dog legs, and hopefully take out these 2 big threats. Now I'm going to launch directly at it, just in case it is the wire breaks.
Shoot 2-1. Aye, sir.
But if it doesn't, which it didn't, we're going to do some dog legging.
Shoot 2-2. Aye, sir.
No, don't show me that. Don't go active yet. This poor merchant's going to have to suffer through having a torpedo right at it. Now, downside. Major downside to doing it this way, the dogleg system,
Come right to
is
0, 8, 0. Helm aye.
you don't know exactly how far they are. If you were firing just in a single trajectory, you could just let them go active whenever they encounter it. But we can't do that because now we're going out intentionally. We're losing the line, so we don't know where to come back to it. So this is the line. We know him somewhere. He's somewhere along this line. Do I go out here? Do I go back here? Do I go back here? Nobody knows. I'm gonna guess this. Just have to go a parallel line for a little bit first. And their pinging should be very helpful for us. Oh my god, I almost lost that one. Guess we'll go down because I'd rather have more time to act.
800 feet, dive by.
Con, helm, steady course. Come right to 0.
That's our speed,
9,
5.
8,
Good.
Helm I.
Really could have used this Luda to be identified faster. Also, we want these guys to hit the surface when they go active. What's our confidence on this Luda? Well, we can find out the old-fashioned way. I forgot the button to make them go active. Is it just 4? Find out. That's where the Jingwei is, so that's very good news for us. Let's hope we can pick up the Luda. We can navigate this torpedo into her blind spot.
Con, helm, steady course.
For all I know, we're going like right in front of the Luda, and they're like, "What? This torpedo is not aimed at us." All right, you go here. We got him. So you're gonna think this is coming in from a weird angle. 4, turn, lock, hit. Do your job.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Awesome. Let's see what they're doing. What's their emergency maneuvers? But we are attacking from the front. Noisemakers are launched from the rear.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing.
Oh,
2,
they still got one
4,
out. Is
6.
there countermeasure homing? There is. We can override it. I'm overriding it.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Con sonar, lost contact.
Got him.
0, 2, last bearing, 2, 5, 0. Contact breaking up.
Okay, send this one up. Should do its job nicely. We'll stop exposing our full profile.
1, helm I.
And we'll probably want to come up as well. We haven't detected anybody else out there, but that doesn't mean there isn't.
3, 1, 0, helm I. Make turns for 4 knots.
As soon as this guy's hit, that's when we will begin our ascent. It's still possible for us to be detected, I
maneuvering,
think.
making turns for.
Well,
4
okay, we can't be
knots.
detected, but they could, in theory,
Con, dive
launch
at 800
correctly in our area.
feet, dive by.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Yeah, so they're look at that. They counter launched down the trip. That's perfect.
Come
The
left
dog
2,
leg worked.
2, 8, 2, helm I.
All right, that gives me supreme confidence. We'll come up to 400.
Make depth 400 feet, dive
Oh,
by.
yeah, they are counter launching just randomly. But that should be a circle one. Oh, they're launching all over the place.
Come left 2.
Yes, look at that. They launched backwards down the path. I love it.
Con, fire control, weapon countermeasure homing.
Stay at 500.
Make depth 50.
Make turns for 5 knots. Maneuvering I.
She locked back in.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 1, 7, 8.
Neither of these torpedoes are and sinking in the background. Is the yeah? Well, they are our depth, which is scary.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired. Con, fire control, weapon countermeasure homing.
We still have this one on the wire. My goodness. Let's speed this process up a little bit.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Well, it's up to you now.
Come left to 270. Helm I.
Make depth 400 feet. Dive on.
Get him? Yes. Fantastic. Okay, next question, by the way. Are there aircraft? Damn it, there are. But that's going to mean we won't be able to be too ambitious with some of the stuff we wanted to do. Let's put some torpedoes back. I mean, we're out here somewhere. And there's a... wow, that's unfortunate. Very
Con,
unfortunate.
sonar lost contact. Sierra 5, last bearing 316. Contact faded.
Okay, well let's pop up and get this Queen Shah then. Which we could send a torpedo to, but you know what? We can also just use some harpoons. And we can maybe go above the layer to make sure that there's nothing else we're missing.
Make depth 300 feet. Dive by.
It's funny, the moment we came above the layer, we immediately re-established contact with the merchant way out here. So it's a pretty good sign that that's what happened, is that we came above the layer. I don't want to prolong this any longer than I need to. We know where the Queen Shah is, more or less. We know that there are no other contacts out there, so we could just do the old... And does she even have... She doesn't have any defense, so... 200. Let's go to 200 then.
Make depth 200 feet. Dive by. Con, dive at
Okay, how about now?
200 feet. Dive by.
Very good.
Shoot 26.
I don't know if we need
Aye,
one
sir.
or two, but we'll just do 2.
Make depth 700 feet. Dive by.
Come right to 051. Helm I.
And let's go ahead and follow them in. I don't even know if I set them on pop-up. Probably not. Always try to find out if I can see the other one. Very hard to do. Even though we launched from
Con,
just...
sonar
oh,
lost contact. Sierra 6, last bearing 236. Contact breaking up.
great. Mission successful. Uh-oh. Oh, dang it. Not the mission objective. You notice the peculiar thing is it didn't say that that LST we sank was an enemy. I just wish that wasn't there a way to like get the report summary. Here we go. Merchant tonnage. It does not show. I don't know what we sank there. Oh, looks like we got a contact though. Good. This is a lot better. Our speed is not moving super slow, and we have another one. But I see we're over on time for this episode. Well, it's really fun to be back playing Cold Waters. I guess I'm getting my sea legs about it because that has not gone. This has not gone as smoothly as I had envisioned. I remember playing a very peak efficiency, but this is, well, we'll get there. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, maybe press the like button just to increase the first video's visibility on YouTube. I won't ask again after this one. Otherwise, hope you're enjoying it. Thanks for watching. See you back for the next.